Hey, good evening, boys and girls. This is more Tales from the Broom Cupboard. A neighbour of mine has suggested that I do a few shots and what have you on the situation of the barriers down the bottom of our road here. These barriers were put up about 2 years ago by the ne'er-do-wells, which are now going to call the Black Hats. Why Black Hats? Well, when I was a kid, cowboys and Indian type films, the bad guys always wore black hats and the good guys wore white hats. So it makes it easier for me when I'm talking about things so you understand who are the bad and who are the good guys. Okay, well, I've got to give you some background information first of all because it's quite complicated and it goes back a long way. Around about 19th, well, in the 70s, a house was built at the end of this road. Before that, there was just tin shack, and a few years before that, nothing, barren ground, grass, etc. Well, this house belonged to the family of White Hats, and the daughter of that family married one of the Black Hats, and the White Hat family decided that they could live in this house at the end of the road until such a time as they built them another house further inland on the Lough, that is. When the time came for them to move, they refused point blank, and as they'd been paying the council tax, etc., the court allowed them to stay. Possession, but not ownership. Ownership remained with the White Hat family. And since then, the Black Hat family have been trying hook, line, and sinker to keep folk going away from their property down there. Well, not their property, but where they're living. To the extent of telling tourists that it's private property, the road's private, which is not, of course, and sending them off some other way where they got lost. They kept a pack of attack dogs, which would snap round your heels. These pack dogs consist of two really big dogs, one mangy looking Alsatian and another thing that looked like a sort of Rottweiler mega stalk, and several smaller ones that were very yappy around your ankles, etc. Now, I'm being brought up with dogs and had a lot of Labradors recently, which are sort of quiet ones, but so not too bothered about dogs. But some people are, and obviously we're frightened, and rightly so. And fairly recently, one of these dogs knocked my wife over and caused damage, like bruises and cuts, etc., on her legs, arms. And we got the dog warden involved. And then subsequently, other people complained about the dogs, and the Black Hats were told to keep their dogs on leads, which they failed to do. And the daughter of the family was taken to court over this and fined, and rightly so. Anyway, so you can imagine the situation down there. There's these two families at loggerheads, and one of the White Hats was on the foreshore at one time, and the daughter of the Black Hats followed him around with a camera, and dogging him basically everywhere he went on the foreshore. Anyway, he turned round and it was quite a distance away, and he waved his stick like that in the air, which, to my mind, I've seen a photograph, it was more like a sort of, I'm here to take a poser shot. But she complained the police was threatening, and he was taken to court, and the prosecuting barrister was a real top-notch one, nasty bastard, but good at what he was doing. Anyway, so the White Hat got fined and forbidden to go down there for a certain amount of time. Since then, things have got worse gradually. The Black Hat daughter accuses every man and woman in the neighbourhood of harassment. A load of old rubbish, but the police, every time she says this, they come down. And recently they came down to my house and accused myself and another guy we'd walked down there recently, accused us of harassment. Now, we've never even seen this girl, we've not seen anyone down there. So what we were harassing, I don't know. But anyway, I told the policeman who came that, I wasn't going to let this lie as it was. And I've since complained to the superintendent and said that her harassing us, accusing us of harassment, is actually harassing us as well, could be construed as such. And we're going to fight this tooth and nail, so I'll let you know what goes on that. I've included in this video several shots of the barriers, the gates. Well, they're more than gates now. There's actually two there. There's one overhead shot, I think, and one or two other ones which showing the barriers. I have several other details which I will partake to you over a series of time, because there's so much going on down there. It's terrible. At the moment, we're engaged. We're fighting with the ombudsman over this issues with the highways department, which we won't go into at the moment. But basically, I'm not too sure that the ombudsman will do us any good. They seem to close ranks, these bureaucrats, when they're dealing with each other. You're basically accusing one load of bureaucrats of something. The other load of bureaucrats who are supposed to be helping you don't want to go against the other bureaucrats, if you see what I mean. So it's tricky. A lot of corruption going on around here, I tell you, it really is. When I first came across it, I thought it would be a nice, quiet place, retiring to and that, but it isn't. It's fun in some ways, but very frustrating in others. I want to get my boat down on the lock. I don't want to be faffing around, trying to go somewhere else, which takes me out, takes me time, and put the boat on top of the car or something. I don't want to do that. I just want to put it in this little trailer I've built out of old bicycle bits and just take it down there. Hold it down by hand in the water, splosh around a bit, have fun. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I'll close this now, and I'll get back to you with other bits. And I hope you enjoy what's going on. So take care of yourselves and be careful out there. Okay.